Happy Sunday. Welcome to SKTV. Happy Sunday. Happy New Week. Welcome and welcome to each and every one of you. We want to welcome you to SKTV, SKTV Live. We are also on YouTube and we are on FM 96.1 in Liberia for those of you listening to us via the radio. We want to welcome each and every one of you. Today we have in studio, we have Milborn, Johnson Milborn Kula, who is in charge of the studio over there, running, helping us here with uh, today's uh, show from the United States. We want to welcome each and every one of you. Welcome and welcome. Let's share the show while you are here. Uh, Mr. Melbourne, what's going on? How's Liberia?
Yes, the all is well here in Liberia, even though the weather here is a little bit funny. Sometimes you see the sun will shine, and after a few times the rain will fall. But how be it? Actually, all is well here in Liberia.
My man, yesterday we missed you, my man, but you today Umba, you looking
I
like
don't
you
know about it, but here in Liberia, all is well.
okay. All right. We missed you yesterday, but we are on today. Ladies and gentlemen, while you are joining us, we'd like to welcome you. Those of you listening to us in Liberia, those of you watching us um, via Facebook, YouTube, or other platforms, also welcome to SKTV this afternoon. Today, today we have a lot to talk about. We will focus on the most recent request from the U.S. Treasury Department. This is getting very interesting. It is getting very interesting. We discuss today what does it mean from a diplomatic standpoint. The Liberian ambassador being recalled about 2 days before President George Weah comes to the United States. We will discuss that as well. What does it mean from a diplomatic standpoint? So a lot of different things will be talked about today. We want to welcome you, share the show. We'll talk about the most recent rant of Prince Johnson and other members that associate with the CDC and the president. We'll talk about them. We'll talk about all of these facts today. Talk about what are some of the plans that are going on behind closed doors as we head on to 2023. And as the CDC finds itself in a quagmire, uh, in a layman term, we term it as situation that it cannot handle. So we have a lot to talk about today. And a lot. Uh, a lot of things are happening. Like Sekou would say, like I would say as well. A lot of things are happening. Uh, for some, this might not be strange. For others, this will be very strange. We're heading into elections year, and things are happening, and we're seeing some very strange, bizarre, unwarranted behaviors from some people, especially from the CDC camp. Um, it's very concerning. We're going to discuss some of these behaviors and some of these actions that we've never seen. So it's getting very interesting. So we want to welcome you, those of you in Europe, Asia, Australia, in the diaspora here, the United States, diaspora, other parts of the diaspora, such as Australia, Europe, Asia, even Canada, and other places in Africa. As long as you're not in Liberia, we want to welcome you. Welcome to SKTV. Share the show. Invite someone. Sekou will be joining us momentarily. The guys from Liberia are having some technical problem, but they'll be joining us. Just like I said, they will be joining us just in a moment. I think they got to settle some stuff over there. But let's talk about these things. Let's talk about the implication. Some people want to overlook it, they want to ignore it, but there are big implications. We'll talk about the letter. We'll read the letter so you can hear it. We'll read part of the letter so you can hear it. And you can also go on the U.S. Treasury Department site to look it up. We'll talk about it. We need to talk about it in depth. We'll talk about some of the reasons maybe Ambassador Patton was recalled.
And
Uh,
nearly time, nearly 12
we'll
minutes,
talk about some of them.
6 o'clock. Liberia, sweet land of liberty.
So yes, a lot to talk about. Mr. Milburn, are you there with us?
Oh yes,
Mr.
most
Milburn is
definitely.
enjoying.
We prophesy to you.
Yes, Mr. Milburn is enjoying himself in studio. I think Sekou is arranging in the back end before he comes on, arranging some things there in terms of coordinating with the guys from Liberia. So yes, a lot of things to talk about, a lot, and a lot. I want to welcome you to this beautiful Sunday, start of the new week. In other news, we had the Minister of Internal Affairs here visiting Arizona this weekend. Um, we It was a good time. We enjoyed ourselves. We had some very good conversations. Some of them were on SKTV. Some of them were behind closed doors. A lot of questions asked. Good thing is the minister was able to answer some of those questions. And to his credit, the ones that he felt was not in his jurisdiction, he took down notes and he said he's going to get back to us with those answers as he will reach the proper authority. That's the right thing to do. But overall, the minister was here. It was good. It was a good time. Minister of Internal Affairs, and we are looking forward to having him so that we can have a town hall meeting, and hopefully we can work with SKTV to have the town hall meeting brought up live from Arizona. He will be back here by the grace of God. So yes, we are looking at a lot of things that are happening. It not easy. Let me put it that way. It is not easy. We don't know how true this is. Unconfirmed report that we have not been able to verify it because our sources have not gotten back to us. But unconfirmed reports that in other news that the president has restricted visas and other guys as well. So they're restricted to some extent. Again, unconfirmed report. They're restricted to some extent to where they are. So you might not see them doing the normal jolly jolly. You might not. Again, please pay attention to keywords because it's important for us to, so it is alleged, but we are following. And once we get confirmation, either by tomorrow or so forth, we'll bring you those information with all certainty and clarity, affirming or confirming those information once we have the details by tomorrow, sometimes during the week. We're not the one what we know about what we can just talk. We ain't put no alleged there, we know it 100%. But when we get 100% information, we say alleged, we say unconfirmed reports, and so forth. But let's share the show, guys. Many of you haven't been sharing the show. Today's conversation, it will not be easy. Today's conversation will be noisy again. But anyways, we had the GMB tag team on here yesterday. We want to thank them for coming on. We look forward to more interactions with them, and hopefully GMB can come on as well. We look forward to anybody coming on to make your case, clarify some of the allegations or suspicions or whatever it might be. But welcome each and every one of you. It's getting heated. It is getting heated. Today, the conversation, y'all see me in my Barcelona share now, even though they whip all they pass, Sekou were voting me on Friday. The funny part, me and the minister for internal affairs will support Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona are a team. So Sekou were voting us and they flog us, when we play in Germany in the Champions League. I think yesterday we won our game 3-0. In La Liga, we are very strong. And we're looking forward to, Madrid beating Pekin around here. And I see Sekou was celebrating, when we're chilling that night. Sekou got a big Ataye glass in his hand and celebrating Madrid. And he gave me small Ataye glass. Let me just tell you before he comes on. He gave me the smallest glass, the Ataye glass, the smallest one. He gave it to me. He said because they flog us during the week, and I ain't got no sheen. But today, I'm in strong solidarity, with Barcelona. As you can see, 100% back our fan. Those of you who are Barcelona fan hate us, we ain't worry about y'all. Yeah, somebody says, Kona, but you let it jersey now, you not buy one of the jersey for me too? What in I say you just let it jersey, Kona, just go let that. Kona got what is going on? And you ready? You let it jersey, buy Madrid, buy back jersey. So when you buy the back jersey, Kona, what I would do, I will get you Sekou address for you to send it to him. So you can buy it hard. Then I will pick it off for you. You see it? Then I post Sekou in situation you can handle. You see it? But anyways, guys, we want to welcome each and every one of you to the show today. Again, there's a lot to discuss. We want to talk about some of these diplomatic implications, some of the signals that have been sent that are being sent to the Liberian government. That, to be quite honest, I I don't want to say I feel for the CDC government, like we say in Liberia, but a very concerning situation going on. Look how Kona get traffic, you'll see it, you'll see it. Same for that, I'm not calling your name again. I'm calling your name for it.
We are about to take all the Barcelona fans for safekeeping.
So when I'm going to talk about Barcelona building the jersey coming to your order, I'll make it just show all
I
that.
was watching you all listening.
Normally we can get signal
All
before you
the
show.
Barcelona fans for safekeeping.
Normally we can get signal
Oh,
before you
yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
Normally we can get signal before we show up.
Uh,
Before you show up. We
the,
get signal.
yeah, the radio, still having some issue with the radio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will be. I just wanted to show faith to tell you how much I hate to hear about Barcelona, but
Oh, okay. I see you working. You're working on it.
yeah,
Thank God, the radio now. So
yeah.
so yeah, you can work on it with battle. We're finishing with other news here, and then we start getting to the conversation here. But let me recognize one or two people before we get strictly to the musical break and come back and get straight into our conversation. Share the show away. I will start from the bottom. If you don't write, we want to know that you are not here. David Garzi, Baka. Yes, my man. What is it, Baka? La Baka, La Souza one law. Yeah, my man David, my man, you already know. Randall Thomas, my man Randall. Everybody get it ready to complain, my man. When I get problem, I don't get problem with that one, but it doesn't mean that my passion, my enthusiasm will be killed for Liberia and wanting to see the right thing because Unity Party people, some Unity Party GMB tag team members came and complained. No, you know how many people not complain about us on this show? It will not be done your way though. This is not Burger King where you can have it your way. No. So I'm very sorry, but I totally disagree with you. I totally disagree with those who complain against me. No, that is not true. It is their session. I respect it, but I'm not going to. I will address the issue the way I address the issue here. Yes, I will address it that way. Just like that. I'm not cussing nobody. I'm not being disrespectful to nobody. I talk. If somebody can talk, if a man can talk like a woman, I'll say, oh, don't be talking like a woman when you go on the show. No, brother, come on now. Let's be honest. Let's be very, very honest. So I hate that, my brother. Thomas, nothing against the Unity Party, but this is what you get here. That's how I am. That's how I can talk, and I'm very passionate about things. Okay, it's not anything personal. So, the Unity Party GMB tag team members who have complained, tell them to be welcome to the Big Boss Club here. Here we talk like men. We don't talk like boys. Anyway, Christine, welcome to the show. Christine Ladner, welcome to the show. Miada Dakina, you challenged me with ball in what a place name. In California, I've been training, I've been practicing my moves. Joko, welcome to the show. Life of Fana is one of our hard supporters. Let me say it that way. Thank you, Life, for always being here on SKTV. Brown, W. Martin, where you coming for again? We're not talking about Barcelona. We're just about to talk about Real Madrid and show off again. What's going on? No, we can't hear you. Our jail battle or toast to Madrid. Our jail battle. Yeah, our jail battle do something for Madrid because they're flogging loading in the El Clasico next. I think 3 weeks from now we'll be flogging them. I know they're playing us on the 13th. You know, on the 13th.
You want to put money on that? If you really trust Barcelona, you want to put money on it?
I can put Ataye on it. We'll be to the hall. We'll cancel the show. We'll watch it to the hall that day. You say now
it's not the show. Let me the bet right here in front of everybody.
Oh.
Yo. They're not playing money. We're betting. They're betting 200.
But you left grandma too.
I just bet 200. Madrid will deal with Barcelona.
Okay, let me speak to my Baga fan and I will reconvene with you by next week because we got to talk it up. Let Baga people agree for it. Brown, W. Martin, welcome to the show. Yvette Cephas, welcome to the show. Yvette, you've been going for a while. Anita Queen, welcome to the show. John, welcome to the show. Fred, welcome to the show. Fred said he's watching from Todi. I'm going to greet the people from Todi, my man. Wow. Miriam Hill, welcome to the show. think I see Mary here on the show for a long time. She used to come in and one time she came here to a with me. She shot you, that means she go. She come back again after that. I see her, but that's good. Miriam, welcome to the show. Mohammed V. Kane, welcome to the show. Mohammed V. said, welcome to the show. Kona Carter, welcome to the show. Randall, welcome to the show. Bertha Stewart, welcome to the show. Well, they need getting plenty of Mr. Kane. Someone I want your more song. Vani Vifole, welcome to the show. C. Maju, welcome to the show. Comfort, welcome to the show. Ebenezer Pratt, welcome to the show. Abraham, welcome to the show. Yeah, Segu will really balance for you. Segu can have balance. Barcelona all the way. We sit on top of La Liga table. That area. We balance that Abraham.
Abraham for SKTV?
No, Abraham, Kahim, Johnny.
Everybody?
No, not calling you that Johnny. The last name Johnny.
Oh,
John Brown, welcome to the show. Prince, say you will balance. SKTV, SK will balance when Barcelona sits on top of the La Liga table.
Barcelona no table.
That different table. But that different table you're looking at.
Barcelona play 6 games. Madrid playing their own 6.
Mr. Kanye, a different table you're looking at because the table right now, the table in England, Arsenal on top of the table. Manchester City is there. Oh, that different table you're looking at, man. I'm telling you. What kind of table you can be looking at? That also, I will cheat. In fact, when I come to the hall, that table that you're looking at the water will change. We got to change that table. We got to put Barcelona.
Okay, let me tell you how it works.
Johnny Bryan Prince. Don't confuse the show. Don't bring us on the show.
Already got 6 games. Madrid play 5 games. And you wouldn't lead him by 1 point. By 1 point. So Barcelona will play number 6 today. That mean anything happen today and then.
No, Madrid will play game number 6 today.
No, Madrid playing game number 6 today. So Barcelona wouldn't up by 1 point. So that's not that means
we sit on top of the table. Even as I want this
table. When everybody plays 6 games, then whatever number you get, and then you're on top of the table. That's how it works.
You see how that men have more. You see it? You see they have more rare on the show. But second, what did we do to deserve this?
Anyway.
So you know what? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Moses Colette, welcome to the show. Tauda, welcome to the show. Zole, welcome to the show. Stanley, Depa, welcome to the show. Thon, welcome to the show. Miriam, will not call your name. Randolph, welcome to the show. Eric Peabody, welcome to the show. I wonder the Eric I know from. Anyway, he says he's from Dubai, no problem. Virtual, welcome to the show. Ivan, welcome to the show. Dagonti, what's up, sister? Emmanuel, welcome to the show. My sister Dagonti, welcome to the show. Sky, welcome to the show. Oh, Sita Tansin, I call your name, man. Sita Tansin, I call your name. I've been calling your name. I will call your name 2 times. Sita Tansin, welcome to the show. And I call your name 2 times. You okay now? Caroline, welcome to the show. D, welcome to the show. Tanya, welcome to the show. Ambassador Jerome, welcome to the show. Okay, well, my people that are here now. The other one who skip your name, you don't get there. We'll call him part 2. Because the letter and the request then coming from US State Treasury Department coming part 1, part 2. So, well, let's get to the musical break quick, guys, so that we can share the show.
Oh, okay.
Some of us haven't even shared the show yet.
Let me take my phone to start sharing.
Yeah.
I already share. Well, you know me, I got plenty of Facebook. I got plenty of Facebook, but my own Facebook, I can't cost anybody. I can only use it to share my shooting. I can't have any funny thing to go cause people or to show people. When I want to say anything about you, I can come right here, look at your face and tell you.
Say bye-bye.
Yo, bye-bye, vis-a-vis. Yeah, I call it vis-a-vis.
All right, let's get to the musical break it quick.
You don't even know my story. You don't even know your story, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you know on the beat, I be a loca. So mora, you post a new car on Facebook. But I so la la, you working better. Loving and acting jealous, say you photo. My advice for you in my way I got to confess. Confession. You gotta confess. You must have the impression. Enjoyment, got your blessing. Enjoyment, no more stressing. man trash is another man treasure. Another man fool was another man poison. Got your good, according to your measurement. Got your good, according to your measurement. The player ain't chemist, and they play you booty. Just because of impression, impression, fake impression, impression, yeah. You don't even know my story, or you want to share my glory, oh yeah. Baby, you my way, oh way, oh. Baby, oh you my way, oh. Baby, touch you my way, oh.
Enjoyment, enjoyment, got your blessing. Enjoyment, enjoyment, no more stressing. Enjoyment, enjoyment, got your blessing. Enjoyment, enjoyment, no more stressing. Yeah. They have on you driving nothing to keke. This a ballin'. The thing that we talking, they must be right here. Stop spoiling money. I'm living my life, oh. See, I'm living my life, oh. If you pay you, hey, oh, hey, oh. If you hold you, hey, oh, hey, oh. If you hate you, hey, oh, hey, oh. If you pay you, hey, oh. You don't even know my story. Enjoyment,
Oh my god, you're cute.
enjoyment, no more.
I beg you, yeah. But that time, I get to enjoy. So we don't see what they enjoy.
You know what?
What?
I can be send that country for safekeeping.
What did they?
My phone she won. Because she said maybe I got some evidence on my kid about the money, so she can
But
get.
they phone here when they're going to tell the phone she will be on sleep. That phone 1 5 minutes every second I can boss.
Oh, when I'm ready to go to sleep, you know what I can do? I can put it on do not disturb. Otherwise I can't sleep.
I know, right? That phone, they're going to hear when that phone get yo there, yo. That phone get not. Anyways, want to say thank you. Thank you for being on with us. Today we want to turn into some serious conversation. This is not a joke.
Yeah, but before you start your serious thing, though,
Yeah.
well, definitely say I'm gonna give her my phone. When she found it's only for the 5 million, she's gonna share it with me, or she's gonna how many percent the percentage I'm gonna get. That 60, 40% or that 50-50.
Me, I know.
You gotta tell me where. You
You
gotta
just
tell
let
me
us.
what I will get.
You just let us for real.
Yeah, but it's okay.
You just let us. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to have this conversation because this is at the heart and core of our democracy. We've talked about this before briefly, and some people overlooked it and they wanted to see it as a propaganda stunt or opposition versus imposition. You know, just the funny little conversations they have in Liberia. But some conversations are very serious. They must be held, and we must be clear, realistic, and factual with people involved, because we can't sit as a nation and have some serious problem. And have some serious problems coming on the country only because of 2 or 3 people. No, that's not how it works. No, they're not Adam and Eve day here, where because of 2 people, the entire world of their disobedience on their choice, the entire world had to face what we face today. That's not going to happen to Liberia. Not because of McGill, Sereno Sifos, and Mekugbe Jr. We're going to put the country or the future of the country at risk. No, that's not true. That is not true. We must have this conversation, and I hope as they're following, some of them in the United States, thank God they will not have data problem today. They're following, they're listening from distance. I hope the president will take heed because the president himself is listening. I hope they'll take heed and let's get serious about this thing. Mr. Kane,
Yes, sir.
about 1 month ago, August 15, there was a sanction list. The targeted Magnitsky sanction came on to Liberia on 3 individuals. Um, 3 of them were immediately, and the 3 are, for those of you who are not aware, or to remind you, Nathaniel McGill, Minister of Presidential Affairs, National Port Authority Manager, built out Twelwe, and the Attorney General of Liberia, Serena Cephas. All 3 of them were sanctioned. Immediately, the president of Liberia, President George Weah, suspended 3 of them. Some of us saw the suspension as a game or as a way to buy time. We didn't trust that action. Yet some people said it was a good step in the right direction from a diplomatic standpoint. But some of us are still apprehensive and skeptical about the suspension because we don't trust the move of this government, especially the president. Fast forward, the president constituted, according to him, that there was going to be an investigation. I think a week or 2 after that, Nathaniel McGill wrote, welcoming, adding his voice, and second motioning that the investigation be carried out. However, at the very last minute, sometimes a week or 2 ago, Nathaniel McGill and the rest of the guys decided to resign. After they've had consultation with the president behind closed doors, we are quite aware, and it's a fact, that they had consultations that they should resign with the hope that it would support them to run in other counties, build Twelwe, and Nathaniel McGill would run in other counties in the senatorial election coming in 2023. They resigned. Up until now, we have heard nothing about the investigation that the president said was going to be constituted. We're headed into a month plus into this, because from August 15 to September 15, today we are the 18th, at 1 month, 3 days. We have heard nothing about the investigation. These guys resigned. The CDC and the president have not taken the necessary actions to ensure that this investigation happens. According to them, I've heard lawmakers, lawyers, and other people, oh, you got to go to competence court of jurisdiction, got to do all of this before you can be found guilty or not in our country. Okay. But this court of competence jurisdiction now, we have not seen any move for them to even take these guys to court. That has to be done. I thought there should have been a bill of arrest by now to take them to court, because this is a crime against the state, whether you like it or not. Alleged crime against the state. You remember when the alleged document alteration case came out and they issued a bill of arrest immediately for Senator Dana Nathan, the Secretary General of the ANC, and Mr. Alexander Cummings to be arrested. It became a big headways in the country for just a low case. But this is a big case. Allegedly, according to them, nothing has been proven. Fine, but why can't there be a bill of arrest so that these guys can pay? So that these guys can go and pay to the court, put a bond or bill down. They shouldn't even be moving around the country as Nathaniel McGill is moving around. He should be prevented from moving until the court thinks that these are, that the kind of cases that's supposed to be the Solicitor General, the Minister of Justice, that the kind of case that they're supposed to be on top of, to prove to our people, our friends, to prove to the rest of the world that they are serious about curtailing corruption. But here we are, going on to 2 months, nothing has been done, nothing has been said up until today. But that's a side point. Since they refuse to do what is right, they refuse to get serious. Well, I know our friends, I know our boys. I work here, I live here. I know when the Americans say something and you want to defy them or challenge them, I know they will live up to that expectation. Fast forward on September. Let me move forward. Let me move a little bit. I don't want to make that mistake. Fast forward on September 15th, a month after, because nothing was done. They didn't see the president do anything. The U.S. Treasury Department offered a reward for information to stolen assets. That is the article that was released. And so we want to dig a little deeper into this, what it means from a diplomatic standpoint, what it really means. What it means, what is the signal that is being sent to NEC, to the three branches of government, and to the rest of the world. What does this mean, Mr. Cannon? What does it mean to you? Just looking at this, based on everything we know so far of this entire story that has not ended, or that will not end just now.
Anyway, once again, on a serious note, I want to welcome everybody here, including the Pakistani pastor who just said that he's a pastor from somewhere. He put in a WhatsApp number there. I don't know. Please don't kind of go hack our people here when they try to call you or they try to hack their account. We got a lot of pastors in Liberia. We want to welcome you to come to SKTV. You want to hear news about Liberia and other part of the world. But that other thing there where you can do scam, you know, you want to bring it here, please. Yeah, somebody say his name is Pastor David Masi. Yeah, Masi, don't bring that thing here. But again, folks, I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV. It's very important that we attach some seriousness to what is going on. You know, when you ask what it means, many people, including ourselves, when the sanction news came up, we said that was just a tip of the iceberg. We said that was just the beginning of the beginning. And some people say this could be the beginning of the end of the we-are-led government. Because nobody want to take a fight, you know, with the U.S. government. Look at Russia. Of all the second most powerful country, military-wise, in the world. Their military right now is scrambling. And diplomatically, the government is not in good condition with their people right now.
Yep.
Within the country. There's a potential of the people getting on the street despite the tyrannic nature of Putin regime. You can't fight America. What about tiny country like Liberia, led by a bunch of limited individuals who cannot even see beyond their nose? So you cannot fight Liberia, or America. And what's going on here is that America takes money business very, 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 very serious, especially something that has to do with American money. That's why, Steve, in that letter, I don't know whether you captured that part, they make emphasis on banks within the United States and banks in the United States with branches in other part of the world, in other institutions that work with any other institution or individuals within the United States. That is to say, they know exactly what is going on. They know exactly what they're looking for. And they have an idea where they can find it, how they can find it. But they don't go with that thing like the way we do. Rush with stuff, no. As a matter of fact, they don't really know how many people that are going to be sanctioned. But they kill with 3. The other people already started, I started fighting. They're not being called yet, but they're already fighting. And I got a breaking news for you, Ski. I didn't tell you about this, but I have to say it right now, this minute. Before the president came, well, you know what? When we forgot about the breaking news, it just because people they don't like to share the show.
Yeah, I mean, before you get a breaking news, I want to read up that thing that you talked about first.
Okay, talk about that.
Because when you give this news,
share the show there. We share the show a lot there. We'll talk about the breaking news.
Yeah, when you share this news, we don't normally get involved with breaking news and so forth, but this is important. Today is Sunday. The noise that coming out, you want to know. But anyway, let's read this. This is what the U.S. decided to do. The U.S. court, I'll read it. This is a quotation from the document there. Let's read it really quick. The U.S. Department Treasury Office of Terrorism. So under the U.S. Department Treasury, there are different places that address different things, that look into different things, that look for different things. But listen to this, because this is very, very interesting and important. The Department of Treasury's Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence is managing the program in close coordination with the Department of Justice and the United States federal law enforcement agencies. Listen, you. We told you before that McGill and the rest of the guys, they think this is a Liberian people talking point where you can get kind of say, I'm not coming no crime. This is serious. This is one of the first time in history or in Liberia or in Africa that they're taking this term. Listen to it again. The Department of Treasury's Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence is managing the program in close coordination with the United States Department, with the Department of Justice and the state and U.S. federal law enforcement. So let's move forward. The program serves as force multiplier for existing rewards program targeted at a variety of elite financial threats. So in other words, what they're saying in simple man language, the money business that happened in Liberia, they're accusing Nathan Maggie and the rest of the guy about, they see it as finance threat. Listen, they see it as finance threat. Okay. Under that same article, there is a portion that talk about reward for tip off. Let's read that. The Secretary of Treasury has statutory authority to offer rewards up to maximum of 5 million for information leading to the restraint or seizure or forfeiture or repatriation of stolen assets in the account at a U.S. financial institution, including U.S. branch of foreign financial institution that come within the United States or that come within the possession or control of the U.S. person. In addition to accepting all relevant information, the program will advertise instances in which law enforcement seeks information leading to the restraint, seizure, forfeiture, or repatriation of stolen assets linked to foreign government corruption. Now, this part they put in quotation. Those with information, don't listen to the power. If you're now, all of you hustling, you've been playing the lottery, you've been working, you not get caught, you can get it from here. Those with information regarding assets tied to foreign government corruption may submit it through the contact U.S. option listed below, even if it is not linked to a specific identified matter, the report said. It added, the Interagency Review Committee will consider reward eligibility on a case-by-case basis. The Interagency Review Committee may consider a reward nomination in response to information an individual provides directly to the Treasury through the tip line or the email address identified below, or to an investigating agency or the U.S. Embassy abroad. According to the State Department of America, in case where the Interagency Review Committee determines that an individual is eligible for a reward, they will recommend that the Secretary of Treasury approve a reward for an amount determined by the Interagency Review Committee. By status, the maximum amount of any reward is $5 million, unless the Secretary of Treasury determines the case merits a reward greater than $5 million, personally authorize a greater amount, and notifies Congress of the determination. And they close it up with, it says cited. So, in all fairness and in all honesty, they're asking the public, you know anything about Nathaniel McGill?
Julie Ramo and all now questioning your reading ability.
She said, I read it too fast.
So you got to slow down. You got to slow down for Julie Rambo.
So Julie, what's up?
Julie Rambo is one of my sisters that can cause.
No, Julie, I'm my girl. She cool. I'm my girl. Julie, Julie cool. Julie got no problem. She cool. But here's an issue. This is problematic, Mr. Cunning. Whether we like it or not, we can laugh with it, we can joke with it. This is troubling. That means, in other words, businesses, people, agencies that are in business with Nathaniel McGill, that the U.S. has already identified. They're just waiting to corroborate some of these things. They have already identified them. They're not crazy. They know what they're doing. These guys are not crazy. This is troubling. This is problematic. If I were McGill, if I were, what's his name, Serena Cephas, Bill Huawei, I would be very concerned. If I were a family member, I would be concerned as well. That is if they implicated their family members, loved ones, and friends into any one of these shenanigans. To top it off, these few days, the LSCC revealed some of the financial or bank statements or whatever it is of Nathaniel McGill's wife. And the amounts that she has in there. It's questionable. It's problematic. She is not working from what we are hearing. So then, how does she earn those monies? And Nathaniel McGill definitely is not saving in her account as his savings. No. Because he reported before that money was stolen from his account. So we can corroborate that they have separate accounts. So you see. So this puts him in a tight spot. But the question I want to ask you is, here's the question I want to ask you, Mr. Kane. Is this going to push McGill to talk because he doesn't want to really be squeezed the way he is squeezed? Because either way, the goal is to squeeze him.
McGill may not talk like many people expect him to talk, or like you expect someone who try to collaborate or somehow work with investigation to talk. But there is a serious mistrust going on within the CDC arrangement, including people in government. That's why I was trying to tell you about this whole breaking news thing. And some of my brothers here are very uncomfortable right now when they hear you talk about what is going on. Because, when your lifeline depends on a government, you will do anything and everything to make sure you protect or defend that government. So there's no surprises here from some of our friends and brothers who are, or we do anything to defend the CDC government, which is okay. And we are not anti-CDC platform, just so you know. We want to speak to the facts available to us. That's why when it's alleged, we say alleged. When we have facts in our hands, we say this is what we get. So, as we speak right now, McGill is angry. McGill is mad with the president. You know, do you know that the position McGill usually occupies when the president travel, that position is currently being occupied by the Justice Minister Mustadin.
Yeah.
The goalposts have changed. And there are more to come. There are more to come. You know, in the CDC, they are divided into three groups. The McGill group, the Molba Molu group, and Jefferson Koji group. Jefferson Koji group is an extension. That is the the small rebel faction of the Molba Molu group. But they were all fighting McGill because McGill closed them up. They feel like they fought for the CDC for almost 12 years. Their feeling is like McGill came and overthrew them after they won the election. So they all wanted McGill to leave. But now McGill is out of the picture. Who's going to take the position? That is another fight. And speculation is that it could be Eugene Nangbe, who they also consider as another outsider. When you see the last time Lester Tenney, Fagon, they were on another network defending the government now, speaking from both sides of their mouth, trying to gain the sympathy of the president because they are all thinking, if it's not McGill, it should be some of them, or somebody from their group. But if it can be McGill, if it's going to be that Bopler or the other guy name, or Eugene Nangbe, that would still not be in their favor. They still consider those guys as the string bear fellows. So those are the guys they consider as the string bear fellows. So those guys, they were not in the picture. They felt like those guys came and hijacked them. But beyond that, the breaking news we are getting, and I started getting this news right now when we were sitting on the phone. You saw me reading my stuff a lot. Before the president came, in your intro, you mentioned the ambassador, the Liberian ambassador in the United States.
Yes. Former ambassador.
Was fired.
Yeah.
Liberian ambassador in the United States was fired. The gentleman we had an interview with here the last time, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You remember that document that leaked?
Yes.
When Costa got angry when he said, we are working with the government to prosecute Comey. You remember that time?
Yes.
Okay. That document that leaked that came from here to Liberia, that document came from this ambassador. Who did the document go to. The document went to Nathaniel McGee. Who McGee shared the document with? Bay Traore, Serena Sifa, Benina Ure. I hope you following. So that document made mention of people who have gotten the attention of the United States government.
And we'll read it document. We'll read it document, yeah. They say this and that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk it today. Yeah, we're gonna talk it in detail so that people can understand exactly what's going on here. You gotta share the show, trust me. Because some of the things we are saying here, people that are watching that are from the government cycle, they know exactly we are saying the truth. But what they have problem with is how did you guys get the information? So they've been accusing a lot of different people, you know, but without knowing that the very people who are cautioning other people are the one also helping with information.
Like security or security.
Yeah. So that document. So I'm coming to the point now where and why this ambassador was fired. So this ambassador is also considered as one of those people to be on McGee's team. Because, despite the fact that Moriba Molu, Akala Graden, and other guys, they are angry because of limited access to the president. Because before the election, they were all used to work to where, do things together in the open, they will go drink with the president, they play Lulu, all this stuff. So after the election, McGill and Toyana say, you know what, the election finished now, nobody should be coming to the president or that. Anybody come to the president now, it may be by appointment. Since when? Since Jefferson Koji used to walk to the president directly like that, no more. Morba Molu, the party chairman, no more. Akala Gray, the general, stay, no more. Even the president phone number, even calls now were restricted. When you see a lot of hate for McGill, it came from that because most of them feel like McGill, all the people are talking about McGill, hijack the power. It was not actually about position. It's about access to the president.
Yep.
So McGill blocked pretty much everybody. But few people. And some of those few people, McGill had no control over that. Those were personal commitment that the president made to those people, and McGill could not venture around there. But everybody else, from the political standpoint, besides the personal thing from the president, so McGill stopped everybody. So those people who were either named by McGill, or McGill gave them, or they gave money to McGill to be, appointed in a position, or even give certain percentage of their salary to McGill, because that was on the agreement. We said this before on this platform, that people who were appointed in government, the president, part of it was just to sign.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they want you go, eh? Okay, you go, okay. Yeah, you make us say they want that go English, eh? Same thing. So McGill, the one that used to do all the work in the back. So there were a lot of people who had commitment. There are a lot of people staying in the government. If you don't be careful, Steve, let me tell you this now. You know, you've been talking, you think Maggie going to fight? You think Maggie going to do this? You think Maggie going to do that? Maggie may not fight directly himself, but Maggie has a lot of apologies within the government that are in strategic position. If they are not happy, they too could undermine the government because their interest has been tampered with. I hope you follow. So the president is supposed to come here. There was supposed to be a lot of arrangement as to who the president will meet, who the president is supposed to talk to, and what's supposed to be discussed. And that diplomatic channel is supposed to be led by the government representative here,
Yeah.
who is the ambassador. So that ambassador now being someone from Maggie's camp who is also aware of some of the things, because I can't say all the things. Most of the thing that's happening, they never felt comfortable with him. So that they say, you know what? If we keep this guy there and McGill is angry, this guy could undermine us. They even went ahead and accused him of not doing enough. Because most of the people that they wanted to meet, there was no success. But they're not blaming it on their own doing, on their corruption and stealing and human rights violation they are doing. They're not blaming it on that. They are blaming it that this guy here is not doing enough anymore. He's not fighting for them because this guy being controlled by McGill. If you recall, if you don't know whether you follow Facebook in the last few days, when you see Eugene Fagon is so angry, he's telling the president that means supposed to tell you that you're not supposed to fire your ambassador before a diplomatic meeting or coming to the United Nations General Assembly, this and that. The reason why Fagon is angry because this guy who is fired is part of the Fagon group, McGill group. You know, Fagon worked for McGill. Like I've said before, all those guys from the McGill side of things, they are very angry. Because whether in position or not in position, McGill will still giving them money. But now McGill being out of the picture, and they're not knowing who's going to replace McGill. That's why the assault on Eugene Nangbe is so hot right now. Everybody, whatever they can get, they're attacking Eugene Nangbe. I'm not a big fan of Eugene Nangbe, but Eugene Nangbe being unfairly attacked by these guys because they want one of their own. Since one of their own is removed, one of them should be, should replace him. If not, I mean, they're eating more with clothes forever. And they don't have any power because they have no money to fight the CDC or to fight George Weah. And Molba Molu is also instigating them. Those guys, let me just tell you this thing. Because Molba Molu want to have the same access he had before with the president. Molba Molu talk to Lester Tenney every day. Everything they're doing, Molba Molu is part of it. Molba Molu want to make sure he has, he get back the access he had with the president before. That was blocked by McGill. So it's like the infighting is so deep. Whatever we are seeing here when it happened, that one just like, that's just a little bit of what is going on behind the scene. Fire, no, other than that, who will fire your diplomatic hair ahead of diplomatic mission 3 days or 2 days before you leave you leave the country. But politics being played here. And guess what? It's getting even bigger. The guy who is the foreign minister
That's what came here.
still will say you're talking plenty now because, but sometimes it's good to talk so our people can understand what's going on. The guy who is the current foreign minister, he's afraid from coming to the United States because he's afraid of being arrested. Yeah. Imagine your foreign minister travel to the United States, they say they arrest him, man. and you know, the ambassadors work directly under the foreign minister.
Right.
That's why I say a lot going on. A whole lot going on. Security on security is the key. But there are certain things that I will not say today. Yeah.
So then let me ask you the question before we go any further. Let me ask you this question. With the infight that's going on, because yes, there are different sides. And yes, the ambassador, the former ambassador that was there, also, whether you like it or not, he was able to fall in line with McGill and was under the McGill wing. He was. It's a fact that he was. As evidenced by his coordinations of everything when McGill comes to this, even though that's part of his role, but even part of the...
Yeah, they're accusing him that, you know, that the man, in fact, because of lackadaisical behavior of him or not doing his job, led to the sanction. They are even saying that the man did not do enough to arrange meetings and plan that they had when the president comes to the United States. Hold on one second. Somebody, the person, I don't know. Hold on one second. I got to answer the call. Just very,
yeah,
very
go ahead.
important.
Go ahead. You can go off. Okay. So you know, I was scratching my head now. When men start scratching your head, I mean, it's not easy. So we told y'all before about this whole McGill was not going away.
The delegates are the function of an opposition.
Okay, they're on the news break. They're on the news bulletin. We told you before that this whole McGill situation is not going away. On my Facebook page, I've hinted more than once that this is a noise that is not going away. This noise will impact the government. About a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, when I first started to come on Facebook, I was one of the people that studied the whole CDC in the opposition. And I came out to the conclusion that CDC can only be defeated from within. The opposition is not able to defeat CDC. The reason for that is CDC has been able to maintain their side, yet they've infiltrated the opposition. So in other words, there are people from within the opposition that CDC have been able to get on the side to work for them, whether as spies or as however you want to term it as. So they use them as conduits to destabilize the opposition. So then I put 2 and 2 together and came out with the conclusion that CDC can only be defeated from within. And I still say with that today. And we are walking towards that gradually. Gradually, we're walking towards that. Gradually, that's where we're walking to. With everything that is playing, now, this is where we are getting, and this is where it's going to end. This is a serious fight, Mr. Kane, that's going to get nasty. It's going to get nasty. It could even cost people's life. This is serious. It's not a joking matter. It is not a joking matter, Mr. Kane. But then The problem with this is it's impacting the diplomatic images or the diplomatic image of the government and the Liberian people. And if they're not careful, they are dragging other branches of government into this. Because some people are holding loyalty to certain people. Some people got their confidence on certain people. Some people looking at certain people as the people they go to point men or point women or whatever it is. So there's a huge divide and a huge split within the CPP, in the
Okay.
CPC.
Let me. I think the radio people. Are they,
President George Weah and delegations have arrived.
okay, they are doing their. So let me say this, Steve. You know, because of the fact that the McGill group are so upset that they don't want to see Eugene Nangbe being given that position, they have already make available some information from the maritime. Some information from the maritime that Eugene Nangbe too is corrupt. And not only that, they have also make available information. Do you remember the name Sam Bukari?
Yeah.
Do you remember who Sam Bukari was?
Yeah. I saw Sam Bukari just before, 2 or 3 days before the Ariko War. He came to Danane. And I still remember he had on a red cap that afternoon. And he was sitting in a barber shop.
Skinny,
Light skin.
light skin guy.
Yes. He doesn't talk.
Okay. Sam Bukari was the RUF spokesperson, was a commander of RUF. Sam Bukari was taking direct order from Charles Taylor. It was, yes, it was undercover. Charles Taylor did not want a direct implication into the war in Sierra Leone. So Sam Bukari, when they did that attack on Freetown, they want to call Operation Spare No Soul. That was the name of that operation. It was announced on BBC by Sam Bukari. When the whole world was afraid, African leaders, military commanders, and everybody, they were begging RAF, talking to them to spare the life of the common people in Freetown. Sam Bukari did not listen. They told him to withdraw from Freetown. Guess what they did? They used diplomatic tactics to talk to Charles Taylor, to influence Sam Bukari to withdraw or to cease fire on their rampage on Freetown, which Charles Taylor did. Just so you know, I'm not speaking out of my head. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I was very close to authority. I knew exactly what was going on, even though I don't have power to change policy, but I knew exactly what happened. So Charles Taylor now influenced Sam Bukari, then Sam Bukari too. When they used to call him General Mosquito. General Mosquito, Sam Bukari. So Sam Bukari now went on BBC. This story is going to lead somewhere. Do you understand exactly the point here? And now the American people too, they get all the information. But the most recent information sent to them was done by CDCN. They give one of their own. Hold on first. Hold on. I got to make sure. I told you, I just got some call, right? So I got to make sure I keep my phone because sending thing when I want to say, some people can say, Teku, you don't have to be doing this. Don't be Radio Kigali. I said, this got nothing to do with Radio Kigali. This is about people, giving the right information to the people. So those of you who just joining on the radio station, Truth FM, want to say welcome to all of you. I know you just listened to the news bulletin from the from our local news and international news on Truth FM. But you miss nothing. We stay here. We stay here and we stay discussing the issue. So now, Sam Bokari went now on the radio on BBC World Service, focus on Africa. Imagine after when everybody have failed on him, he said, I just spoke to my boss man, President Charles Taylor, and he asked me to cease fire and withdraw from Freetown. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason, that was the key reason. So people who are saying that because America is asking people to come up with something, that means America got nothing on McGill and other people, you are missing the point. You don't understand it. That's not how it works. You can have everything on you. But there's something that they want to get. They can know anything, but they have no power to just go in there and get it. There must be something called probable cause for them to make something that will give them reason to move on. Some people, I'm not a legal practitioner, but some of them call it prima facie, whatever, the law terminology is.
Oh.
Yeah.
You cancel a law or you're attorney a law today?
I'm nobody. I just know, I just been around for a little while. and I follow politics. I've been following politics throughout. Imagine a Maningo man like me living under Chancellor government, moving freely, doing things. You must be strong. Moving around with top government officials. A Maningo man, it must be very, 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 very strong. So we have been around. So that particular interview with Sam Bokari put Sam Bokari at loggerhead with Charles Taylor because Charles Taylor wanted to destroy evidence. They created the other guy, I'm not going to call his name here, who also called himself General Mosquito. So now, to confuse the international community, to confuse the people, now we had two General Mosquito, one in Sierra Leone, one in Liberia. Because Charles Taylor wanted to get rid of the real General Mosquito because they already implicated him publicly. You remember Charles Taylor went to jail? Charles Taylor was prosecuted not because of crimes committed in Liberia, because crimes committed in Sierra Leone. They knew Charles Taylor was supporting REF. They knew Charles Taylor was, the reason why Charles Taylor supported REF was in retaliation for the Sierra Leonean government allowing Ulimbo to enter Liberia. That one is another topic for another day. But we know the story. Because Ulimbo originated from Sierra Leone. After all the meeting they did in Guinea and other part of whatever, they wanted to enter through Guinea. Guinea said no, whatever. But they entered through Sierra Leone. So Charles Taylor in retaliation, supported the rebel faction to go to unseat President Joseph Momo. People knew Charles Taylor was supporting RUF in Liberia. They knew. But Sam Bukari is the one that put checkmate to say, yes, it's happening. Sam Bukari was the spokesperson or commander for RUF. Because of that, today, Charles Taylor is in jail. And guess what happened? Because Sam Bukari was always used to be in Liberia. That means used to frequent the executive mansion more than some even security personnel from Liberia. Always in Westflower. Charles Taylor used to live in Congo Town. I've been in Liberia for a long time, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. And you know, that time, that area when you go to Congo Town, after you pass out Nigeria, the horse, whatever they call it, the Nigeria embassy and all the other Guinea, that area we can go, they call back road. That back road that will go to your right, that's the road everybody used to take.
Oh, you remember they play all left and right?
Yeah. Everybody used to take, you come all the way, go all the way down. By the time you get back on the main road, then you're not far away from ELB Junction. Oh, and I've been to Liberia for a long time, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I grew up in Monrovia. So, that particular area that I'm talking about now, Sam Bukari never used to take back. You should go straight because now everybody should go there was a checkpoint. Now everybody should go there. But Sam Bukari used to kind of, they knew his car to the extent where when he's coming, the SSU, then from there the ATU, they used to open the road straight for him. No question asked. Then when Chancellor got upset with him, what they did, because they were helping Laurent Gbagbo in Ivory Coast to fight against the Ivorian rebel led by Guillaume Soro and other people. They told Sam Bukari they can come and help.
You're talking deep into the.
Oh, we got to talk it. This is a security matter that got people in problem. And all they want leading to who? Eugene Nangbe. The people now, the CDC now, made available information alleging with facts. Let me do it like this, with facts that Eugene Nangbe was one of those people who participated in killing of Sam Bukari. You listening? Mm-hmm. So, and Sam Bukari was allegedly killed because they wanted to destroy evidence. So you see, look at the trend. You know how many evidences they have tried to destroy in Liberia? Do you remember the case of Matthew Innes?
Mm-hmm.
The late Adolph Lawrence? The 3 auditors? Do you remember all of those people that are missing or that are missing because of people effort to destroy evidence? Simply because they don't want Eugene Nangbe to be given that position right now. They have made available all those information to the American people. Somebody will ask, Sekubo, how did you get it? Because I'm one of the people too. Who people can ask me to confirm stuff. Let me just tell you today. I'm not saying you will not come to my house, but when you come into my house, you must be careful. Yeah. So people can call us, ask us to collaborate information to see whether they are authentic. I will stop there so fast, Steve. Because you are pushing me to talk, but I shouldn't talk everything. Tomorrow is another day.
So that means in essence, Eugene Nangbe is in trouble.
Big one.
That means, in essence, whether President George Weah likes it or not, this thing keeps coming closer to him. It keeps dressing closer to him. Hmm. A
Uh,
lot has been said. This is very, very, very interesting. I and we're just 1 hour 20 minutes before we open the line. Let's put some of these pieces together because I want to make the connection on something that's happening that most people are not paying attention. When you watch Spoon Talk yesterday, the coordination that went on Spoon Talk with Prince Johnson, allegedly or supposedly, that should have come to address the allegation issues with Swakoko Dennis.
not to cut you off. I just received a call while we were talking, right?
Mhm.
I was asked to ask my team if we have anything for tomorrow. And I said, no, I don't know yet, only until I ask Steve. I was asked if we have no specific plan tomorrow, have no body on tomorrow, that we should redo, that we should discuss Prince Johnson's stuff yesterday. I said, what happened to Prince Johnson? He said, a lot going on.
Yes.
He said, a lot going on. And then they even asked me that I should go to Spoon and listen to Prince Johnson. And then, because the reason why they want us to talk about it, they have more information. They want to collaborate on information.
So I would just hit. I'm trying.
So in short, tomorrow we could talk about Prince Johnson tomorrow. But Prince Johnson just putting himself in a bigger problem. We already know he's in a problem, but it's getting bigger. But his appearance yesterday, people are concerned. And as a LeBron people, the big people, they are concerned. Go ahead, Steve. I don't mean to cut you. I just want to make sure I that.
So I want to make the connection to yesterday because yesterday was not mutually exclusive. There is a coordinated effort and a coordinated plan going on here. And most of you who are watching these different shows, we will hint you on some of these things. And as they start to unfold, we'll give you more detail, let's say we did today, to open your eyes to see where Eugene Nangwe is coming in, where other people are coming in, so that you can see some of because the Magnitsky Act, the sanction for the Magnitsky Act is not only restricted to money laundering or financial issues. Human rights violation also is in there. As a matter of fact, it originated from the issue of human rights violation. So we need to pay attention to it. So there are two parts of that Magnitsky Act that can bring about sanction. So if and when Melbourne chilling today, the men is in the major chilling. If and when Eugene Nangwe and other people are brought into this, it will give a twist to this. But let me bring in Prince Johnson. Let me tie in Prince Johnson. The interview that was held on Spoon yesterday, it was not mutually exclusive. In fact, the interview should have been mostly concerned or surrounding Swakoko's Dennis allegation as to Prince Johnson clearing his name. That would make sense. However, the coordinated plan between the government, elements of the government, Stanton Witherspoon, and Prince Johnson was for them to do two things. First of all, bring to the public that Prince Johnson will still be on the run, even though he is sanctioned. but Prince Johnson should not be running. They want to set the basis for Nathaniel McGill and Ben Tauri to run. So they want to start making the case as though it's a legal problem as opposed to a criminal problem that they're in. So they want to start muddying the water now to see the public reaction. And I will say this to all Liberians. I don't care whether you support CDT or whoever you support. We must all stand against this. Prince Johnson must not run. Fanny Sherman must not run. One guy named Tauri must not run. And Nathaniel McGill must not run. Let them go make farm. But the second part of that also was to attack Mr. Cummings. Because in their minds, they think Mr. Cummings is behind the sanction. In their minds. So that's why you see they shifted the entire interview as opposed to going to the meat of that issue of the allegation raised by Swakoko Dennis to shift it into these two different talking points that they have. As a matter of fact, you didn't go hinter your own show on Saturday before the interview because these plans are coordinated. They are not mutually exclusive. These guys know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're up to. They know exactly what they want to do. They know. They're not stupid. When you are sleeping, they're coordinating, they're having these conversations. They want to start laying the basis in the conversation for the guys to run again. That's all they want. That's number one. Number two, because they're pissed at Mr. Cummings, they will put all the blame on him. Even when somebody decide to fall down on the car, they will say, oh, that Mr. Cummings. Somebody hungry, they will say that Cummings. But they don't understand the bigger strategy behind this entire thing. But here's the thing, though. Please don't be deterred. We Liberians will want change. Nathaniel McGill must not run. Prince Johnson must not run. Vanny Sherman must not run. Bill Twelway must not run. These guys must not run. They must not run. Look, we're not going to sacrifice this country for one bunch of people, one bunch of greedy people because they want to overtake the country or they want. No, we can't do that. These guys, if they try this thing, the United States government is telling simply that they're not going to do business with NEC. So what happened to the presidential elections? What happened to other people that sort of get elected? 2023. There will be who on it? Where do we get the finances from? How do we get independent people to come in? And I'm seriously urging President George Weah, the rest of the two branches of government, the judiciary and the legislature, you ensure that these guys do not appear on the ballot box. We cannot afford to risk our country at the detriment of these few handful of guys because they're passing around with propaganda or people to make noise or whatever it is. We didn't tell them to get in problem with the United States. We didn't tell them to get involved with shenanigans. We didn't tell them. We did not tell them. So we cannot be held liable or the democratic process in Liberia cannot be held hostage because of these guys. No. And we all should stand against it. I don't care even if they pay a couple of people from the villages or the town or they bring people from Monrovia to come and say they're petitioning there. We don't care about the petition. The petition is not as important as our country. They are not important than the country. No, they're not. So these guys, they can go blame Cummings, they can blame Bwaka, they can blame Gonglo, they can blame anybody they want to blame. That's the business. There's a right to throw blames around. But the truth of the matter is, these guys must not run in any electoral process in our country. No, they shouldn't run. They should not run, Mr. Kane. And that's the conversation we should be having. But they want to switch the conversation. They want to blame other people. And like you said, for Prince Johnson, like I predicted before, Prince Johnson needs to be watched closely. More likely, so Prince Johnson would commit suicide. I'm saying it. I'm not going away from what I said. I predicted a few years ago. The same way I predicted CDC would destroy from within, I said about Prince Johnson. The fact that Prince Johnson is not even remorseful. Prince Johnson cannot even sit and accept what he did. He blames everybody else. He shifts blame. He passes around and makes excuses and makes himself look like a hero as opposed to the crime that he committed. He blames everybody, fights everybody, threatens everybody, and later on call himself man of God. Look, this last thing I'm about to say goes to the Christian community. You know, there's a pastor friend of mine who's a brother, and we're having a conversation. And he said to me, you know, I like what you do. I said, what do you mean? He said, I really like the fact that you are calling us up. I said, but that's what we should be doing though. I said instead of going, rallying around and going to the legislature and saying that if Muslim people get harder day, it will bring war in the country. We should be standing up against this kind of thing. I listened to Prince Johnson briefly the morning say he was preaching, talking bunch of nonsense. Prince Johnson was talking beautiful nonsense this morning on the pulpit. The same thing John Weah can do, like the same thing Prince Johnson was doing. They go there to blame everybody. They use the pulpit to throw jabs, talk foolishness with confidence, and we make it look like a joking thing or a laughing thing. But this is on the front of the religion. The question I've asked always is this: why they can carry that to the mosque? Why they can say they won't become Muslim? So that they can be imam and go carry that foolishness. But only in the church they can take it, they can bring it to us. Why they can do it? So our own religion should just be used as pawn for people who want to talk nonsense, degrade a religion, so that today or tomorrow, when serious-minded Christians decide to speak, people will say, "You're shut up, man. You're serious people." Only because people that they look up to as leaders or that were in charge of Christianity to some extent are unserious people. How can the church allow that? How can Christians even go sit down and listen to what Prince Johnson was saying today and I hear them laughing and talking amen? What kind of madness is that? First of all, Prince Johnson is a warlord. He's a killer. It's a fact. Nobody's accusing Prince Johnson. He killed a president, period. It's a fact. The videos are there. The evidences are there. Regardless of the reason, let's establish the fact that that's what he did. But then for us to be passing around and not healing the same God, that time should be over, Mr. Kane. That time should be over. If we want accountability from George Weah, we want accountability from the government, then let's start holding people like Prince Johnson they're accountable too. Let's start speaking up against them. Let the Christian council come together and tell this man he cannot be going to the church and doing that, or they should close the church. They should close the church down. You understand? Because Prince Johnson was not preaching the word of God in the church today. He was gossiping and talking nonsense. You understand, Mr. Kane? So these are some of the problems we're faced with, and it starts these basic checkpoints. We need to start erecting them now. We need to start erecting them now. So, Mr. Kane, to bring in Prince Johnson into this conversation, yes, I agree with you that Prince Johnson is exposing himself to a lot of different things. And as a matter of fact, Prince Johnson is defiant. He is rebellious. And it is a problem.
So, once again, Steve, you know, when people call us, recommending to us that we want you guys to shine light on a given topic or on a specific topic about somebody or on a special person, it means that the attention is being drawn to that person or to that given issue.
Yes.
It also means that it's not about how many people on the screen watching you. It's not about how many people you have as panelists. It's about the credibility, the authenticity, the truthfulness, the honesty that you bring to the table, the seriousness that you bring to the table. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It's not about enriching yourself. This is about people's life. It's about our country. That's why even sometimes when I almost gave up on Liberia because of the level of hypocrisy, dishonesty, and unserious behavior of people who supposedly supposed to be leader. There were people who would call me and say, please, don't give up. Please don't let the people hope to die. You may not know, but you're one of those that we depend on. Your platform is one of the most reputable platform that we have. I'm not saying it. That's what they call. That's what they tell us, including you, Steve. Many occasions in the past, when I used to take break, it came to a point where you told me, Mr. Kenny, you know what? If you can't make it all the time, I will be there. But we shouldn't allow the people hope to die. Sometimes when I sit behind the camera to talk, there are a lot of things I want to talk about, but I cannot talk about everything. Some of the issues we unveil today, there are people watching here that already know. But vast majority of the people are not aware. You know, the last time when I posted on my personal page, I said breaking news that the Liberian government, the CDC government, that they were fighting to make sure they win first round. They want to rig the election to make sure they win the first round.
Yeah.
It captured the attention of the government. And one of the key players, one of the chairperson of the CDC, screenshot my post and tell me you are one of those critical voices, you are credible voice, you are smart. You know, when I listen to you, it reminds me of Mamadi Jakite, blah, blah, blah. We really don't like to see this kind of thing coming from your platform, coming from you, because it comes with weight. That is not because they like me. It is not because they like what I'm doing, but it's because of you, people. They know exactly. We don't lie to you. We don't come here and create story, fake story just to get many people to come watch you. We don't do that. If one person watching all is fine. And we are in no competition. We are in no competition with anybody as to who is the biggest platform. But I am in competition with everybody to be credible, to be authentic, to be issue-driven platform, so that people can take you seriously. It shouldn't be about money. It shouldn't be about fame. It shouldn't be about trying to score political points. That is one of the reasons why I am yet to even tell you who I'm going to support for president. Because I still have a lot of questions that are yet to be answered. Whether it's Komis, whether it's Bwakai, whether it's Wia. I still have a problem. Honestly speaking, I have serious problem. Not because I don't like Komis, or not because I don't like Bwakai, I don't like George Weah, but the kind of government they will have if it's Komis. Who are going to be making decisions for Komis? Who are going to influence his decision? Who are his able lieutenants? Who are his key advisors that will be impacting the life of our people? Right now, it's all yellow, everybody against George Weah because George Weah is inept, because George Weah is incompetent. But are we credible enough? Do we have the courage to investigate those who are bringing on. Everything is bad with George Weah, but we should have the courage to investigate, to dig deeper as to those who want to replace George Weah with. That's why I'm very, 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 very slow when it comes to decision making for 2023.
Yep.
Some people may think, say, oh, because you can talk some good thing about communists, that means supporting communists. No, you got it wrong. Communist is the good man, I must admit. And I also believe Boakai is a statement. But I have serious question mark on Boakai leadership based on the way he has been proceeding. For his relationship with Ellen, when he took over the United Party, then when he took over the CPP, some of the things that happened, his decision making when he came to Bani Samuka, all those things are factoring in my decision making as to whether or not I can trust him with the leadership to run our country. Similarly, I like Komis. He has very much good record when he came to private sectors. But what about his understanding of politics in Liberia? What about people he listening to? Who's going to be making decisions for him? Now Commission is looking for a position. You're going to be the best man. You're going to say all the good things. Who is going to be when you really got the presidency? I take those things very seriously. But the reason why when you come here, you say Communist TV, blah, 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 blah. You know why it doesn't bother me? When you are in the public space, people will say anything and whatever they want to say. You have no control as to what and how people think of you. But what you do matter a lot. There are people here who are very critical of this platform. They will pretend that they don't like us, but they're always here. That means they value the platform. What am I saying here is that anytime we come here to talk something, trust me, we not come here to joke. We share fun at times just to create some humor among ourselves. We have a lot of things to do for ourselves, for our family, but we devote our time to come here to discuss issues of national importance. The discussion today, especially the United States attention on Liberia, is very, very important. And the security of our people is very, very, very important. Whether it's economic security, whether it's about their life, it's very, very important. You think, how many countries we have in the world? How many countries United States actually pay attention to? For Liberia to receive full attention of the United States. Speaking of our issues, things that are going on a daily basis, they care about us. But what about us? Do we care about ourselves? Do we care about ourselves? So Steve, I don't know whether you're going to be taking calls, but
Yeah, let me take a few calls.
let me say this before I, sit and listen to our callers. What is going on right now? Do not take it for a joke.
Yep.
This, if you are citizens, if you support this government, if you like George Weah, do not take this for a joke. This could be the beginning of the end of CDC governing Liberia. It could be the beginning of the end. I'm not saying it is, but it could be.
Leader.
If you don't treat this thing with carefulness and seriousness, it's going to be ugly for you. And people that are working in the executive mansion in Liberia, including President Weah, He knows it. President knows it. Everybody around him, they're aware of what's going on. They know how big the situation is.
Yep.
We are going to be meeting some people. Let me tell you today. Maybe you don't know. You know, sometimes I don't like to hear everything, but sometimes something is important to say it. We are going to be meeting some people. There will be some secret meeting. Other countries that have benefited from the United States when they exhibit what they call true governance with transparency, accountability, adhering to the rule of law, following the Constitution, what happened to their country, and what they benefited and how they benefited, and the impact of that to their country. They're going to like a tutoring class to teach him, to give him the opportunity to do what is right for the Liberian people. You'll be given that opportunity. They may not talk about it. When Joia go back to Liberia, a lot of hair will drop. I'm not talking about killing people. I'm talking about political position. If we go back to Liberia, if you listen and do what is right, trust me, when goes back to Liberia, there will be some serious changes, serious ones. I will stop there so far, Steve.
Well, I doubt that part. I doubt he will listen.
Yes, I'm saying if he listen. That's what I say,
Yes.
if he listen. But he'll be given the platform. He'll be given the opportunity. Right. I'm telling you, and I know that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we have been invited to go to.
Mr. Kane, don't lead that other thought. I beg you.
Okay.
Don't lead that thought. I beg you. Let lead that other one. Let's
Okay.
get to the line. Let lead that one. Because certain things will not give up. Will not give it to the public.
Right. It's okay.
But Mr. Kane, I want to just before.
We ready? There are a lot of people calling here. We ready?
Yes, just before we open the line, I want to read a statement from somebody that wrote me while we're on the show. Somebody wrote me. I asked the person permission to read it without calling the name. The person said yes. It's a woman. I want to read it. I want you to listen before we take calls. I'll black the person's name, but yes, the person wrote me. There it is. I blacked the person's name. I just blacked the person's name so that, the person wrote me. Let me read what it said.
Just read it.
The person said, hello, son. The show today was very good and informative. I got headache when you all started talking about Prince Johnson. That man killed my brother and his son. His men killed my baby sister on a Bowman Bridge. He stripped my mom, my mother, and my sister butt naked. I pray every day for the War and Economic Crimes Court to come to Liberia. Many thanks to you and Sekou. We have problems on our hands. We do. Prince Johnson must go. He must not run the next election. Nathaniel McGill must not run the next election. Vani Shemin must not run the next election. Bill Twawe must not run. We must start getting serious. We hold President George we are accountable. But let's start it with our tribe men. Let's start it with our people who committed atrocity, who did the wrong thing. Mr. Kane, reading this particular message from this woman, I'm disturbed. It's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
The woman left the show. Yeah. She left the show. It's a problem. So we can open the lines and let's hear from our people that will call in.
People already started calling. So, folks, if you call, once your call is answered, it means that you are in the queue, and we'll call your last 4 DJ before you can start speaking. So, even if you're not hearing the show, it still means that you are staying in the queue. Okay. So let's take the first caller here. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? Last 4 DJ is 1950.
This is Sandra Johnson from the state of Pennsylvania. How you doing?
My man, they are Sandro Johnson. You got me on here?
A lot of people want me to change the Sandra Johnson.
Yeah, because you call, we can think that the former Senator Sandro Johnson. But anyway,
I'm not
welcome.
Even I'm not close to former Senator McGregor.
No problem. Go ahead.
Today I'm watching you guys, and I just want to give you this advice. You know, like I always talk against leaders. And listening to you to your closing right now, Eresico, every one of us got called for purpose on this earth. You started the program when you feel well used to watch it. And now you have a lot of people watching you. Don't just take anybody like you just said and just stick them on your head and lift them up so hard. Like, I know Jesus or Muhammad coming and stuff, because you don't know a man. Anything you said here, okay, because this is what I hate corruption. Because I said it many times to my children. Death is a thief. Let death come in the family and steal a loved one. So a thief is a murderer. And Africans are dying because of our leaders. The corrupt leaders are murderers. And this is what I speak day in, day out in my church. I go after the religious setting, the Christian religions, the Muslim religions. There's nothing, I don't see nothing inside. Nobody can die and get a passport so they're going to see God's face. And it's just bombarding brother to brother, sister to sister. I have family from Muslim background, I'm Christian. And there's nothing from duty robbers to present have been Christians and nothing but cancer. You check Guinea from secretary to present Muslim, just so cancer. They come from the cancer grouping and they're leading our people. So God put you in this position for a reason. Don't just take any man and put him on your head and say this is Savior that just coming to save the people, because every human there is also cancer, my brother.
Thank you.
You stand for what you stand for. You are leading people now. What you saying, we're hearing you. And if you say any wrong thing in your mind, you pollute their mind. So people that will be on your side as a friend, when you start to support somebody, they're all going to come. Well, because they will be on the person, let me go there. Tomorrow when something happens, they're going to also go pour into this.
Yeah.
So my dear brother, please speak what you know and do not just see your person and just, oh, because this person can be saved for other people. That's what I want to tell you, brother. Because you are leader now.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, we appreciate it. Let's take another caller here. I think this is New York number 4. Last 4 DJ is 4801. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Charles Kelly.
Charles Kelly?
And I'm calling from Staten Island, New York.
Staten Island, New York. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I listen to you, and you catch a very important point. You know, everybody now saying that, you know, the problem, church we are, school, but who would this church we are? Let's look at ourselves. You know, you expect that point? It takes me because our country, and when we ourselves, the educated people, we are the problem of the country. We are the problem because we do not want to follow standards. The moment we get into position, we feel that it's our time, and then we overlook everything. This is the problem. This is the problem. Why will a man or woman go and run against a professor and front a professor? Because he refused to set standard. This is the problem. We need to recalibrate that system in our country. And this is the opportunity given to us. They brought us here in this country so that we'll be able to change our minds and attitude. And think about, but brother, even our brothers and sisters, most of them are here. They think, I want to see where the people in Nigeria. I'm telling you, you go to an organization that is running, and you tell them about accountability, it's a problem. Mm-hmm. They want to blacklist you and call you all kind of a name. When you work with these so now I feel that I want to school I learn, and if I'm an accountant, I must record the document based on source document, and record transaction based on source document. They don't want to give you receipts. They just want to say, this is what I spent, and you will follow it. This is the problem we have.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
It was problem, but thank you. Thank you for the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Need to treat our market attitude.
Yep. Thank you. We appreciate it. Steve, you have a caller?
No.
So while we wait to get another call, Steve, you know, just like sometimes people don't listen. And sometimes some people get turned off when you speak truth about their candidate or somebody they support, somebody they like, or somebody who is their relative. When you speak certain facts about them, if it is something negative, they get agitated, they get into their feelings and they misbehave. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. My name is Gonzalo Speed Plumber, and talking about the war crime school, I will be very honest with you. I don't think we will ever have war crime school in Liberia, because the thing is, the country is almost divided right in the middle when it comes to war crime school. And I'm telling you, if Joe Walker or Alex Cummings comes to power today, all the folks advocating for war crimes courts today, the coin is going to flip. We will be the ones advocating for war crimes, and the Alex Cummings or the Joe Walker people, they'll say, hey, you know what, we're not ready for war crimes. We are divided right in the middle. And the second reason why I say there will be no war crimes court is this. America, I'm telling you, when Prince Johnson spoke on Spoon FM, he said all the radios and all the facilities and all the resources are where do you think it came from? How Prince Johnson, some of us we read books about the war because we're just too young to know certain things. Prince Johnson said, where I got? How do you think I got there in the midst of Doe and Taylor? I was communicating, he said, I don't know, talk to me when names come up. Let's take, for example, Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor broke jail. Charles Taylor broke jail in America, Seko. In America, you live in America. If anybody breaks jail today, that person's name, his social security number, his identification, his picture, within minutes, it will be at all the borders, land,
to agree with Chatela did not really break jail, We listened to his own account. He did not break jail, he was let go.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So the thing is, let me just conclude. I don't think why war crimes in America, because America, if it doesn't benefit the United States, they're not even going to push it for some war crimes. So just like when Khashoggi died in the Saudi Arabia embassy, and America, the whole country, the three branches, they condemn them, but they still send Joe Biden there to shake hands with the man because they want Saudi Arabia oil and because it benefited them. If nothing benefits the Americans when it comes to war crimes, we're not going to have war crimes.
So I want to ask the caller a question.
Hold on, before you go, Steve wants to ask you a question.
Yes, I'm listening.
Do you support war and economic crimes court? If so, are you willing to hold this current government? Are you willing to put pressure to bear on this current government to bring war and economic crime court?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was split. You said war and economic crimes court. I support the economic crimes court, but not the war crimes court.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, let me make a.
I have another caller.
Please get a caller. I wanted to make a statement on something he said.
Sure. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? 484 number.
My name is Chawi, and I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Welcome, ma.
So I got sick in his stomach yesterday. On the past 2 days, when I heard Prince Johnson on Spoon Talk of all places, that a young woman is hiding to survive, her life is threatened, and Spoon Talk bring this guy on and making fun along with Kev is shocking. Liberians will need to do better. Today I lost my mother because of Prince Johnson. My mother died of heart attack. Prince Johnson murdered my brother, who was at the chief of security at LPMC, had nothing to do with government, and his body was floating on the water in Cornwall. And Prince Johnson refused for us to take that body. Macdonald left 5 children. Prince Johnson did not stop there. He murdered my uncle, the owner of Royal Heston, 4 Williams, that Prince Johnson. And you want to kill him? It's just in Liberia. How can I take my children over there? What am I going to say to them? Please, Liberians. Oh my God. I'm hurt.
It's okay.
Each time I hear his voice, I wish I could choke him and strangle him. And you want to kill this man? I don't hate the people of Lima County, but for you hearing a man like Prince Johnson call him freedom fighter, freedom from who? Thank you for the show, Sekou. I appreciate everything you do.
Be strong.
I will never do the talk under no condition.
Be strong, my sister. Be strong. Everything will be okay. Let me, before you go, you don't know how many times we have extended invite to Prince Johnson to come and discuss real issue. He has refused because he knows there will be serious questions. He will be held accountable. He will answer serious questions. We're not going to be like playing fun with him. We'll discuss Liberia, and we'll discuss his past. And we'll discuss,
my mother's grave is where at Jacob Town Francis Junction. My mother's grave is there. She refused to take treatment. She preferred to die. That her son do not have a grave. Why should she live?
Yeah, no problem, my sister. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Steve, there were calls coming in, but I couldn't cut her off. Somebody will call the same number over and over when we have 2 numbers. Instead of calling one number over and over, you can call the other number when you are not, getting answer from the other phone. So go ahead, Steve.
I wanted to say something about what the previous caller, the Papi Flomo said. It's his right to support one or the other, or he can support both. But I also wanted to bring to the Liberian people mind this notion that there would not be one economic crimes court. That's not true. That is a CDC talking point as to make mistake for them to not be held accountable to bring one economic crime court. As evidenced by that, as a matter of fact, the CDC was the one that said St. Ellen is reneging on her promises or does not want to bring economic and war crimes court. The Liberian people should support them. They protested. They pushed for it. That was one of the things that they said to the Liberian people that made the commoners, the marketeers, like the sister who just spoke, like the other mother who wrote me, to gravitate towards CDC, that they will bring the war and economic crimes court. So we're not going to play games with it. Send it in power. Let's hold them accountable to bring it. With the child seller issue, I disagree also that when it's not in America's interest, they will not want to support one economic crimes court. America is open there on the record that they do want to support one economic crimes court. They're open on it. They are open on it. But guess what? The government has to open the door for them to come in. And with the issue of Charles Taylor, like Sekou said, Charles Taylor got involved with Sierra Leone war. And the war and economic crime court in The Hague, America pays towards it. America is a financier. They help them. They sponsor it. So by extension, America did agree, even though we can claim on or off the record that they allow Charles Taylor to go, or however you want to term it as. That's fine. But they did ensure that he was held accountable. Can we ensure that these guys be held accountable instead of making excuses because they're politically expedient to us or they'll benefit us now from our political side? So we should cover them up or we should seal them. When I hear seditions sitting around the same Prince Johnson that they were cussing and talking about, asking questions, making it look like he's not going to hero to vindicate him to even run, it's an affront. I don't want to predict what the next government will do. I don't want to rush about what the next government will do. The one in front of me today, let's deal with it. Let's do it one day at a time. Let's tell our president, President George Weah, the last time he was at this UN meeting, he talked about one economic crime code. When he hit Monrovia, he changed his tune. President George Weah must do what is right. It's not personal. He must do what is right. He has to. A lot of people look up to him. Yeah. He's a countryman and countrywoman song. They're no longer the Congo people protecting the people now. Let him do the one economic crime code. I support both of them. I support both of them. And I think it is about time. The generation, when I hear young people, Mr. Kane, who some of them don't even know Liberia because of the same war, for you to pass around and defend people? Yo, come on now. And United Party people don't like, some of them don't like Ellen. Fine. Let's talk about the one economic crime code. Let pressure Joe where to bring it. And CDC talk about the one economic crime code. Akara's better in charge now. Buffer Chimbo, I watched a video. What Buffer Chimbo had a song on a hell of an old grip. Making noise. Today he speak up. Abache. Your lobby now. All the brown envelope you have been passing that time for you to really, really lobby. When you talk about real lobbying for true, let's lobby, let all lobby, let's put our voices together. And let's do this thing for once. When I put a thing on our children in the next generation, it's unfair. Some of them don't know the historicity. Let's do it. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane, you are muted for some reason. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was a caller on here, but the person just hang on the line. So yeah, I think we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Somebody said, "Oh, Seku, you are making sense when I mention every time when I want to write down, people can call." All right, so caller, the last four DJ is 0763. What is your name and where you calling from? Your name is?
I'm calling from Maryland.
What's your name again? Okay, go ahead, man.
I wanted to add my voice to the lady who just called. I wasn't, on the show from the beginning, but I watched the Spoon TV yesterday, and I was a bit disgusted with Prince Johnson. And I was in a war I was in Liberia during the war, and I experienced Prince Johnson violence firsthand. I remember the day when Prince Johnson had killed so many people that night, innocent civilians at the Freeport. He started from Caldwell. We were living Caldwell Road. He shot Eloise Sirleaf's mom. He shot between her legs, under her feet at Caldwell Junction. We found her body that morning, and we had to beg the soldiers to take her body. They said, Prince Johnson said, nobody should remove the bodies. She cried to the soldiers as I walk going to my grandfather. I was 15 years old. We are still alive who witnessed these crimes committed against our people. And we long for the day of the time for justice to come for our people. That man killed that night. He went into Freeport and he killed people who went to look for food. They had no guns. For him to sit there and say he was defending his people, when you kill hundreds of people. But we pray for justice. We were hoping that this administration would have given justice to the people of Liberia. We have not forgotten. Today we sit in America and our story have changed because we have the opportunity to live a decent life and to pursue the happiness and the life, liberty, and happiness that God has given us. But our people in Liberia are still struggling. We have to be spending money because of the economic crimes that have been committed against our people. We have to continuously send money and send things to our people in Liberia because the government decides to shortchange our people. But my message today before I end is the people of Liberia, y'all wake up. When somebody hits you on your foot,
and trying to convince you it's raining, you need to wake up. This is your life. This is your future. You need to take charge. Our youth were taken away from us. Our parents, our family, our friends were taken away from us. We had no say in it. Now we are adults. We're no longer kids. We need to wake up because yesterday is now today. We have no more tomorrow. If we don't act now and we sit down and let these people to take control of what's left of our life, we leave nothing behind for the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you very much. Well, wow, a lot of calls coming in. I'll call, hold the line. Hold on here. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Washington. How you doing?
Washington, just hold the line 1 second. Let me put this. Mr. Pade, Dr. Pade, hold the line, please. Let's talk to this caller here. What is Washington? Okay. Yeah, Washington, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was listening to your program. I was listening to your program, and you are basically somebody that I admire. You are very, very true.
Thank you.
To the core. So I think, look, I was raised in Nimba County. I'm 100% Geo, by tribe, and I left Liberia in 1998, the end of 1998. By then, Prince Johnson was no longer in the country. He zapped right through Nimba County to Tapeta, and then he went to Monrovia. He captured Dole. But what is so disturbing about this is that when you listen to his entire tapes when he captured Dole, there was nothing about Nimba County. It was all about the money. He promised Dole that if you show me where the money is, I will not cut your ear,
I'll free you,
and I will release you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when Dole didn't give him the money, he said, cut them your ear. Right? There was nothing there for the people in Nimba County. And then when Dole couldn't give him the money, he had him killed. And then he escaped. He went to Nigeria. What is so disturbing about it is that the people of Nimba County have been blindsided that they were not protected by Prince Johnson. They owe allegiance to Charles Taylor. Because by the time the war was raging, Prince Johnson was out of the country. Where in the hell did he protect Nimba County? He left Nimbania at the mercy of Charles Taylor. All right? So today he's claiming to be a hero in that county, and the people are hailing him like as though he protected them, which is kind of quite disturbing. There are many Nimbanians that have died after this man that he killed than any other faction in the country. But yet today, Prince Johnson has been a hero for them. And I think Spoon TV did a disservice to the people of Liberia by bringing this back. Look, I'm confused about Spoon TV. I don't know if Spoon TV is the era of propaganda for Kev Hassan. I don't know exactly what their goal is. They created this platform for, but it's disturbing that they bring these type of people that talk nonsense on that show.
Thank you.
And secondly, I think the Liberian people need to wake up because I don't know how verse you are when it comes to the Bible. I'm a Christian, but there's something in Revelation called Babylon. Babylon, the Bible says, is a home of demons. Liberia is becoming a Babylon. It has become the home for demons. People that are demon-possessed, people that are bad. We reward bad people that we reward good people. I mean, look at how Alexander Bikuni has been attacked. But everybody else that has a tinted record is praised in Liberia. And I think it is time that the Liberian people to turn the table and seek justice so that those whose parents or family were affected by the war to get justice. Right? And Joshua has now serviced allegiance to Prince Johnson. So he will never turn around. He will not do it. Because he has drunk the marginal one of Prince Johnson and he's in trouble. I just want to tell you that thank you, and you guys should continue the good work. It may not be popular, but history will be on your side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So call our last 4 DJ 0321. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, hello, Sekou. This is Mr. Mawolo.
Mr. Mawolo, how are you?
Good, thank you. Listen, just to buttress what the brother who just left is saying, I don't know what Prince Johnson did with these people in Nimba County, but it seems like most of them do think. This man sat right there when the NPFL killed all the leaders, the well-educated, well-trained leaders from Nimba County. Every single one of them. From the Jackson F. Doe down, they killed all of them. Either he was involved or he didn't do nothing about it. The rest of the time he spent between Caldwell and the executive mansion fighting. When did he protect Nimba County citizens that they passing all around here, making themselves feel like he protected them? This man has been scamming Nimba County from the get-go. He did everything for himself. He did nothing, zero for Nimba County. And all their pronounced, well-experienced, well-educated leaders, he was a part of their death. So to go and sit down and talk about saving Nimba County, that's a fallacy that he cannot prove. How close is Caldwell to Nimba County?
Yeah.
Can he show the Nimba County people that he protected? You know, this lie need to stop. And people need to question that fool every time he comes out. He's the only one who shows no remorse for the people that he killed for no reason. And complaining that somebody calling him murderer. Of course you are. You did it on TV. Everybody saw you.
Thank you.
And the Nimba County people need to start thinking.
Yeah.
And this nonsense that we encourage in Liberia, that somebody of no character can come and get castigate somebody whose character can be verified and we accept it, that tells us that we don't mean good for ourselves.
Thank you, sir.
We don't mean good for ourselves. We got to do better if we want better for our children. We got to do better. A man like Prince Johnson is not a man to come and sit down and say something for somebody to believe. Secondly,
No, we got
on sanction. Give me 1 minute, Siku. All of these people who are on sanction, none of them should be allowed to register, much more to run in any election in Liberia. The Vani Sherman and Prince Johnson who have stayed there because they were already voted in when it happened.
Yeah. Thank you.
You don't see somebody on sanction and go vote for them. If they do that, you Liberian people agreeing that America should sanction the whole country. I don't think that's what we want.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mawolo. Thank you very much, as always. Let's go to Dr. Kwada here. Dr. Kwada, how are you? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Happy Sunday. I listened to that lady, you know, and it took me directly to scripture today. One of those that we use for Sunday on this 15th Sunday of Pentecost. Is in the book of Jeremiah, and it talks about, for the hurt of my poor people, I am hurt. I moan and dismayed has taken hold of me. It goes on to say, is there a balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then has the hurt of my poor people not being restored? That is the situation we find ourselves in Liberia. And I think the reality of the matter is, until justice will rain down, you know, like a mighty stream, and those who are the perpetrators are made to pay the price. I think it's only in Liberia that the victimizers are in leadership. That's the polar opposite of what actual justice is. You know, it's saddening some of us to see what is prevailing. I think it's going to take a considerable effort, you know, to ensure that justice will come. Those who are at the helm of leadership are participators of the mayhem that took place in the past. So they think the best way is to continue to insist the considerable culture of impunity that exists in Liberia, and we seem not to be getting anywhere.
Thank you.
Until we get to the point of realizing that Liberia is far more better and greater than any of us, then I'm afraid we will not be making progress.
That's so true.
We'll continue to pray for the land until the people can see can actually visualize what is taking place and see how the rest of the world is moving ahead, then we can say, well, let's continue to just stay in poverty, and let the guys continue to loot and then take everything away from the poor and the oppressed and the victimized. Go ahead, Liberia. Thanks, brothers.
Thank you, Dr. Pada. We appreciate your time. All right, we have a lot of calls here today. When you answer your call, just hold the line. We got a few more minutes to go. Last call, last four DJ is 2728 319 number. What is your name and where are you calling from?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. I always come on your show, but today for security reason I'm not coming.
That's fine.
And the reason is simple. You have something in the way of the oil. People who kill people in that country, and they don't just it. They can't do it. They get rebel in the baby. If I want to get power, I can't get power. I'll use the preacher to better. Anyway, your body today is September 17, 2022. If you're not living, you're trying to be living, you're living still over there. It just cannot be serving a poor, preacher better will be used. Chapter better will be used. Thank you very much.
Well, hopefully we'll not get to that point. Caller 612 number 0589. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking me.
Yes, you're live.
Yeah. Thank you for taking my call. My name is Derek Paul, calling from Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Mr. Johnson, Prince Johnson, I think for some reason he's scared. He's a coward. We saw that during the war. He killed innocent people, but not only that, this man fought for only at least a year, and he ran away. All right? But now he claiming that he defended his people, so the 14 under 13 years he ran away for. Who did he leave his people with? See, so, the AFC, Mr. Cummings, I don't know, the AFC really have to really, put a communication team together to go after Prince Johnson intellectually, because this man is running around, running wild right now, making lots of allegations and talking wild stuff because he claims, because he believes that Mr. Cummings behind him being session and everything that is going on. So he's attacking now to make sure Mr. Cummings become president because it might, change his life. So if we don't go after this man, Mr. Cummings don't go after this man, through information, he might be able to convince some people because, like I said, if he claims to fight for his people and he ran away for 13 years, who did he leave his people with?
Thank you.
So it has to be a type of message to counter this man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, caller 8851. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Seko, thanks for talking to me. And my name is Joshua Gaylor, and I'm calling from California.
Joshua, go ahead.
Seko.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see, only God can save our country right now. Today, I'm approaching my 60 years old, and throughout my life, we have been praying so hard for God to bring a good president for us. So in 2017, me and my... Hello?
Yeah, you're alive, sir.
Yeah, in 2017, me and my family, with my 6 children, my wife, we supported Alice Cummings because we saw Alice Cummings as a brand new person who had no political affiliation or any other crooked, wicked politician. We supported this man. So you live in this country. When Barack Obama pastor endorsed him, he rejected that endorsement and he repeated it. John McCain. He later took the mic and asked John McCain, "Isn't Barack Obama a Muslim?" John McCain said, No. The man are Muslim, but he and myself got political difference. Today, Mr. Alice Cummings, the very people who are the very bad to our children, Mr. Cummings is now bringing all those people to join him. So I just gave us a Google and God can save us. Thank you for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you. Well, a lot of calls, Steve. I don't know at which point we start, but let's take this one.
Yeah, I think we need to go because
hold on 1 second. 5277 267 number. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Jerry Young. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Normally, I listen to you. I watch your show. I watch you guys' show. Today, I moved to call. One of the reasons is that, one of the victims during the war, I think that from 1990 to 1997, I thought that girl was invested before I left that place. My whole family, my father's village, whole family was massacred. I don't talk about it, and we're waiting for the time. The time will come. Whosoever, the children are born after 1990, you don't see the war, they don't know about the war. So when the very start, you say no war could come into Nigeria. It's a lie. It will come. I intend to leave. I'm pushing myself. I'm pushing every day. I'm writing notes about it. We'll push them until war council will come. If we don't want to allow war council, that is basic. But the comments, whosoever become president, 2023, war council will come. I was in Liberia. 2017. I ran campaign for Buckeye. I went in the snow. The children, when I went to Clarendon, the children were telling me, they say, if Joey and I win, we'll go back to the dark days. Some of them, do you know about that day? You were born at the time, and you talk about that day. Some of them couldn't answer the question. Today, they're down the suffer. Some of them call me for help. So we'll keep pushing, and you guys should keep pushing for this war crime code. We need it. We really need it in Liberia.
Thank you.
Some of the things are going on. Thank you very much.
All right, this will be the last caller here. Caller, yeah, that's you. Last four DJ is 9613. What is your name and where you calling from?
My name is Esther. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. My thought is that would never bring a war crime court, because for the mere fact that people working in his government, the auditors that are working for him, can die mysteriously and nothing is done, and mysterious killings are going on in the country and nothing is done. He's not going to bring a war crime court. He doesn't believe in justice. The reason why people try to bring justice to the dead is to stop other people from doing it. But I don't think this man notice and realize that this is what is supposed to be done. So war crime court for we are government, forget it. That's my thoughts.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, folks, once again, I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV and being part of this journey from 2017. We are here, and most of you started with us when we were like 10 people, 15 people, 20 people watching up to today's date. You are here. We really, really, really appreciate it. There will be time people will be happy with us. There will be time they will not be so happy. Depend the topic and depend who we criticize that day or who we talk about that day. But eventually, we will all come to understand that what matters most is Liberia. Liberia is the most important and the only common denominator for all of us. That we must, no matter what, pull Liberia first. To some of you who just joining us or just here for the first time, this is SKTV. We also have SKTV Live. And the reason is pretty simple. A lot of people used to follow us. Right now, we have over 300,000 followers. But many people are complaining that they are not been getting a notification. So we open another account wherein we can simultaneously air our show on. So whichever one you follow, it's good. You can follow SKTV, SKTV Live. SKTV Live is pretty new, so not many people know it. Maybe you will go there, you'll see maybe 10 people, 15, 20 people at times, just depends, sometimes 30. Sometimes, depending, let's say we use only SKTV Live, a lot of people come there. But we try to use both of them simultaneously to get everybody, on board. And the good thing is, once you are on either one of the platform, whether it's SKTV or SKTV Live or the YouTube, we in studio we can see all of your comments. It doesn't matter which one you're watching. Okay, so it's good. Depending which way, which area you are comfortable with. SKTV got more people watching, and SKTV Live, since because it's new, people are still getting used to it. Whatever one you get, please click like, share it, and follow it. So that way, every time we come on, you will receive notification. So, Steve, I don't know whether you have something else to say besides announcement.
Yes, let me make the announcement so that we can be out. We've been here 2 hours 30 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to reach at least 30 minutes, 2 hour 30-minute points, so we can leave them, because a lot of people really were interested in calling. We didn't even take all the calls. You want the missed call we have is more than 100.
But we'll continue tomorrow, because tomorrow we're focusing on the Prince Johnson
Yeah.
aspect so that we can dive into it. So those of you who didn't take your calls today, sorry. We are very sorry. Can we please do tomorrow? Tomorrow will be on.
Yeah. Oh, Yata says she called and her call was cut off. Maybe sometime when we try to take another call, sometimes it cut off the other line, but we will not purposely go in. You are one of our key supporter and main fan. I always share the show, so we don't even cut off people who criticize us. What about our fans and supporters? So we can't do that.
Yeah, we're gonna call out the noisy people that
after the show, please text me. Send me a text. Just say this is me, so that way I will save your number. Even if we miss your call, we'll call you back. Trust me. We do that for people all the time. We apologize.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be on by the grace of God. But Mr. Cannon, before we go, I got a tip. It will not be surprised, and I'll probably try to elaborate on it. There's a plan in Woodworks to get rid of Nathaniel McGill. John Palmer, we on John Red. The same road I have Morgan Babu. There's a plan to get rid of him because he's behaving unhinged. They don't know what his next move could be, and it seems like his back is to the wall. But there's a plan to get rid of him. So I will say to well, in the Ponge Pan, and I hear you call that Ponge Pan God. They own you now yet. But that's it, guys. We'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Yep.
Good night.